Just a quick reminder that the phone bank for Dr. Joaquin Arambula, who's running an 8031 in the special election, is from 4 to 6 in the lower lobby, room 20C. I think one of our biggest complaints as political animals in America today is that there's so much money that is infused in our system. The Koch brothers are putting up $1 billion this year to change our elections. And not too long ago, when Al Gore raised $100 million in his campaign, it was considered to be an extraordinary amount of money. We Democrats, we progressives, don't have a lot of people that are like that, who are champions, who are willing to invest their personal wealth, not in a campaign for themselves, but in a campaign for all of us. And Tom Steyer is an extraordinary man. He has invested in making our economy better, in our environment better, in making our children's lives better, in making our party better. Recently, he made an investment in the LA County Democratic Party to allow us to run 2 incredibly important programs for Latino voters. One, to help young, new Latino voters become affiliated and connected to our party permanently, and one, to take young, no party preference voters who are Latino and help us make them Democrats. This is somebody who walks the walk and talks the talk. So it's my great pleasure to introduce you to the president of NextGen Climate Change, Tom Steyer.
Woke up election day, skies gunpowder and shades of gray. Beneath the dirty sun, I whistle my time away. Then just about sundown, you come.
Hi, I'm Tom Steyer, and I want to say something about the people in this room. Activists, workers, and volunteers are the heart and soul of the California Democratic Party. You don't always get the credit you deserve, but because of you, California is showing the rest of the country and the world how to get things done. We have come a long way. In the past few years, we've gone from deficit to surplus. We're reinvesting in our kids. We closed an unfair corporate tax loophole, putting hundreds of millions of dollars into clean energy for our schools. We have led the world on climate action, growing jobs and cleaning our air while addressing the biggest challenge of our lifetime. And at every step, we have faced down special interests, corporate interests, and Republicans. If you want to beat Goliath, you have to be willing to fight Goliath. But even with all we've accomplished together, the Golden State is far from golden for everyone. We don't have to look to Flint, Michigan to find a crisis. We can find them right here at home. Low-income people of color in Southwest Fresno can expect to live 20 years less than their white neighbors in Northeast Fresno, just minutes away. In East Los Angeles, the Exide battery plant poisoned the community for decades before it finally shut down in the face of criminal charges. These injustices are happening here, and they're happening in low-income communities throughout California, from Richmond to Tulare to Wilmington. The tragic reality is that in California, our race, our gender, our zip code, and our income too often determine our destiny. They determine whether we have clean air and safe water. They determine whether our children will get asthma and whether they will go to college. They determine the kind of life we get to live and how long we'll have to live it. We can no longer ignore this. Knowing this, we must take action. California has the wealthiest individuals in the nation, but we also have the highest poverty rate. We rank 49th out of 50 for the economic well-being of our kids. Working Californians, the people who make our state run on a daily basis, can no longer afford to live in our cities. This is flat out wrong. But if there's any group of people in the world who can turn this around, it's California Democrats. Who else believes and is right to believe that we can change this for the better? We can ignore the naysayers. We can remember our deepest values. We can take on the special interests and the big corporations. And it starts with making sure that every Californian has a voice and a vote. At last count, around 7 million eligible voters weren't registered, and we all know who they are. They're young people and people of color who are the future of our state. But with so much at stake, with everything at stake in 2016, their power and talent remains untapped. We have to change that. We have to reach them. We have to engage them. We have to awaken our sleeping progressive giant. The millions of Californians who are on our side but don't vote. That is why this year, I'm going to do everything I can to register and engage new Democratic voters all over California. In 2012, we came together for one of the largest voter engagement campaigns California's ever seen. Working in a coalition of labor, community organizers, faith groups, and the California Democratic Party, we reached more than 1 million voters. As a result, we beat back assaults on working families, and Californian voters embraced the most progressive agenda in the nation. But good is not good enough when it comes to democracy. We can't leave 7 million votes on the table. I need you all to join me in making 2016 our biggest year yet. No one will solve our problems for us, except us. And if every Californian who shares our values expresses those values at the ballot box, there is no limit to what we can achieve. We are done with practice. Everything we care about is on the line. It is game day in 2016, our biggest game day yet. And I love game day because I believe in my heart that together we will win. Thank you very much.
Woke up election day, skies gunpowder.